Hi friends, Amber here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day one of my Bambi's Summer Bash series. This is a week-long series in which I will be sharing a new project and a new process video of how to create that project every day for a week. So I hope that you will enjoy today's video and I hope that you will tag along over the next 6 days with me for those projects and videos as well. In today's video, we will be making this super beginner-friendly, easy to create binder ring mini album. So let's just go ahead and dive into creating this. So I am using Chipboard as the base of my album. So for my front and back cover, I'm using 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 4.5 by 10 inches. And I'm just going to wrap both of these separately using pieces of paper that measure 5 by 11 inches. As always, I will have the measurements for this project down below in the description box. So I am just adding some double-sided sticky tape to all the edges of my wrapping paper. And then I'm scoring along the edges just to make it easier to fold up those edges. And then I am going to use a ruler and a pencil to mark around the perimeter of my covers at about 1/4 inch. I'm only doing this so that I can add some machine stitching to the covers. So obviously this is a completely optional step. I just love adding machine stitching and I'm getting into hand stitching a bit now too, but I just love adding that to all of my projects. And I'm doing it before I glue down these edges of the wrapping paper so that I can avoid getting my sewing machine needle all sticky. So that's a tip for you. So I'm just repeating the process for this second cover. So just kind of folding down my edges and then again using my pencil and ruler to mark around the perimeter at 1/4 inch on all 4 sides. And then I'm just going to jump off camera real quick and add some stitching. And you can see now that I have done that. So now I'm just going to continue the wrapping process. So I am starting with the longer sides. I always like to do those first just to get them out of the way. And then I am going to fold down the shorter sides. As always, make sure when you cut the corners of your wrapping paper that you leave a little bit of paper left over. If you cut too much, then the chipboard will peek through the paper. So if you want a more finished look, just leave a bit extra. And when you fold the edges down, you can just go ahead and tuck those in with your scoring tool or a pencil or any kind of pointy tool. So I have finished my first cover there, and now I'm doing the same process for this one. The lining pieces for the covers measure 4.25 by 9.75 inch. Again, all the measurements can be found down below. You can see that I'm using a lot of adhesive. I just like to make sure that things stick down and stay in place. And now that that's done, I'm going to move on to adding the holes for my binder rings. So I'm just using a scrap piece of paper that measures the same size as my covers, and I am going to create a template. So this is optional, you can just eyeball it. I just want it to be really precise. So I made a line that's 1/2 inch down on the long side of my paper, and then using my ruler, I'm marking this line at 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 9 inches. And then right in the middle of those marks, I am going to use my We Are Memory Keepers Crop-A-Dile. You can just use any hole punch you have. I'm just going to punch some holes right on top of those marks. And this will be where our binder rings will be going. And now I'm just going to use this template to put my holes in the right spot. So super easy technique. I'm doing the holes on the inside of the back cover just to make sure that everything lines up nice and evenly. And I punched the holes off camera just because the chipboard sometimes gets stuck in the Crop-A-Dile, so I just did that off camera. And now I'm adding some binder rings. These rings, if you're curious, are from Amazon. They can be a bit tricky to open sometimes, which is kind of frustrating when it comes to binder rings, but I got it to work, and I'm adding 6 to the project base. These rings measure 1 inch, so you can use any size you want, but I definitely wouldn't recommend anything smaller, 1 inch or more. And now it's time to move on to the pages. So we are going to have 3 sets of pages in this album, which is really fun because you have a ton of room to add photos and photo mats and journaling spaces and just lots of fun embellishments. So my pages for this album measure 3 by 3.5 inches, and I'm just cutting these from some paper. If you're curious, I'm using the Sun-Kissed collection from Simple Stories. This collection is so fun. I've already made so many projects with it, and I just want to make more. I just love all the colors and patterns. So it's up to you how many pages you want to have per section in your album. You can do 3 to 8, just however many you want. Totally up to each and every person who makes this album. I think I did 6 or 7 per section. So I did end up taking 1 out from all the ones that I show you here. And yeah, I'm just going to stack them like so. And then I'm going to line them up in my album. And I'm using the template here to punch the holes in my pages. Again, just to make sure that everything is nice and even. Otherwise, it'll be a hassle to try to fix. So I'm using my Crop-A-Dile again to punch the holes. And then I'm using that first one as a template to do all the other pages. And once you have this done, all you have left to do is to embellish and add your photos and everything. So this album is actually a bit larger than what I usually make. I like to make really teeny tiny albums, but I had so much fun making this. And the pages are teeny tiny, so they work perfect for holding 3 by 3 inch photos. So if you have any square photos you want to document, this is perfect for that. And I just had so much fun making this. So I'm just finishing up my pages here, and then I'm going to add them to the binder rings. You can see I was still struggling to open the rings here. And then I'm going to show you a flip through of the finished project. It's all ready for photos and memories now. So you can see here that you just have a ton of pages to work with. And here is my finished mini album. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to start this series off with a really beginner friendly album so that anyone can make it. You can see I added a lot of tassels here and charms, and it's just so colorful and happy and so perfect for summer. And here is a quick flip through of all the inside pages. Thank you guys so much again for joining me for day 1 of my Bambi's Summer Bash series. I hope that you guys will join me in the next 6 videos, and I hope to see you tomorrow for day 2. Until then, take care and happy crafting. Bye!